السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين، أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه والتابعين وتابعيهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد, today is the 24th of Jumada Al-Uoola, 1445. And this matches the 8th of the 12th month, December 2023. And this is our session number 40, going through this book, Kitab at-Tawheed. And last time we finished the explanation of the chapter from the book Al-Jadeed في شرح كتاب التوحيد by the Sheikh Al-Qur'awawi rahimahullah. And today we are going through the original book and with the commentary on it titled at-Ta'liq الرشيد على كتاب التوحيد. طيب, so Al-Jadeed, as you know, he does not mention the benefits that the original author mentions, but he includes them within his sharh usually, or much of them or most of them within his explanation. So when we finish the explanation of the chapter, then we go over the original book, the original text. This should, further emphasize our understanding of the book and the meanings of the words. And we should be also, it calls to mind the meanings of the words in Arabic and in English, because we repeated them a few times. So this one will be like a general review of the whole chapter, inshallah. I try to start earlier, but many people know that I am here for Isha and after Isha, so that's when they come to ask for their things. And every time I try to beat the time, but it doesn't happen. So alhamdulillah ala kulli hal. Now, the Sheikh Abu Sa'id, I told you before, he may be coming. He's not coming, inshallah. So during the holidays, we don't have a visitor this time. We do not have a visitor this time. If something happens or some visitor comes, then I will let you know definitely. But for now, we need to, plan our holidays, as we have no visitors. And I did not get any number that is going to that program in the Umrah I told you about. So we're not doing that either. So we are here. However, on the 23rd, that's a Saturday, the 23rd of December, I'll be going to a masjid on McCowan and Kingston. I think Masjid Al-Jannah, they call it. Baytul Jannah, it's the closest to the bluffs, right? That's that one. So that one on the 23rd, Saturday. No, that's another Jannah. We had so many Jannat here in Toronto, mashallah. In Scarborough, all of it is in Scarborough, right? طيب, alhamdulillah. Brimley and Kingston. Brimley, not McCown. Brimley, yeah. Okay, yeah, the closest to the bluffs. So that's on Saturday the 23rd, yani Maghrib till Isha. And then on the 25th, which is a Monday, the 25th of December, the brothers in Peterborough, they are doing a program there. So I'll be going and attending there, inshallah. So the rest of that we need to plan how to use our time, inshallah ta'ala, including the beginning of January also, which is we have the holiday. So we'll see how to make use of that to the best of our ability, inshallah. طيب, so we are going through the book number 11, باب لا يذبح لله بمكان يذبح فيه لغير الله. That it is not slaughtered, and you should not slaughter for Allah in a place in which it is slaughtered for other than Allah. So if people are sacrificing in a specific place for other than Allah, then you should not be going and sacrificing for the sake of Allah in that place that the people are used to sacrificing, offering a sacrifice for other than Allah. وقول الله تعالى, and the statement of Allah تعالى, لا تقم فيه أبدا, do not stand in it ever. Do not stand in that masjid, يعني stand in prayer. لمسجد أسس على التقوى, a masjid that was surely based upon piety من أول يوم, since the first day, أحق أن تقوم فيه, has more right that you stand in prayer in it. فيه رجال يحبون أن يتطهروا, in it there are men who love to purify themselves. والله يحب المطهرين, and Allah loves those who purify themselves. This is in Surah at-Tawbah, ayah number 108. وعن ثابت بن الضحاك رضي الله عنه, ثابت بن الضحاك, may Allah be pleased with him, upon his authority, he said, قال نذر رجل أن ينحر إبلا ببوانه, a man vowed to offer a sacrifice, يعني camels, to offer camels as a sacrifice in the place called Buwana. فسأل النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم, so he asked the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم, فقال, so he said عليه الصلاة والسلام, هل كان فيها وثن من أوثان الجاهلية يعبد, was there in it an idol of the idols of the ignorant pre-Islamic era that was worshipped there? قالوا لا, they said no. قال, he said عليه الصلاة والسلام, فهل كان فيها عيد من أعيادهم, was there in it a celebration, a festival, a festivity of their celebrations? قالوا لا, they said no. فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم, so then the messenger صلى الله عليه وسلم said, أوفي بنذرك, fulfill your vow, فإنه لا وفاء لنذر في معصية الله, for surely there is no fulfillment, meaning there shouldn't be a fulfillment of a vow in the disobedience of Allah. If the vow involves disobedience of Allah, then it should not be fulfilled, for there is no fulfillment of a vow leading to involving the disobedience of Allah. ولا فيما لا يملك ابن آدم, and there is no vow also regarding that which the son of Adam does not own. رواه أبو داود. In the Sunan of Abu Dawood, it is hadith number 3313. He said, وإسناده على شرطهما, its chain is matching their conditions, the conditions of them too, Bukhari and Muslim, that is. In the footnote, the Sheikh said, وأصله في البخاري, the hadith, the base of it, the origin of this hadith, you can find it in Bukhari. So it's in the, although it's in the Sunan of Abi Dawood, but then it is also basically found in Bukhari. Hadith 5700 and Muslim Hadith 110. So I told you before, you can write Abu, A-B-U, Dawood, D-A-W-O-O-D, number 3313, and then you write sunnah.com. Google it. It will take you to the hadith. Right? And same thing with Bukhari. You write Bukhari, B-U-K-H-A-R-I, spell it the way you spell it, and write number 5700, Sunnah, SUNNAH.com. click the Google and it will take you to the hadith. Same thing for Muslim. And this is many people, many brothers, they ask me about this hadith and that hadith. This is one way of you finding it easy, right? You write the meaning of the hadith, a hadith that says this, right? So you might get some references. They tell you Abu Dawood, this number. Take that and Google it again. Right? With sunnah.com, it will take you there. طيب, now فيه مسائل. This chapter, there are a number of issues here. Number one, الأولى تفسير قوله لا تقم فيه أبدا. Surah at-Tawbah, ayah number 108. The explanation of the statement of Allah Ta'ala, do not stand in it, period, at all, forever or ever, abadan. Surah at-Tawbah, ayah number 108. What is the tafsir of this? Who went back to the books of Sirah, Seal Nectar, for instance, and checked Masjid al-Dirar, the story of Masjid al-Dirar, what happened in it? Or you go to Tafsir, the abridgment of Tafsir ibn Kathir, you check this ayah, Surah at-Tawbah, ayah 108. We know the summary of it because we went through it. That the hypocrites, they established another masjid close to which masjid? Close to Masjid Quba. And they invited Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to come and pray in it. And they did that to harm, basically, to cause divisions between the believers, to split up the jama'ah. And also in preparation and in order for them to wage war against Allah and His Messenger. Right? So what happened to that Masjid al-Dirar? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, do not stand in that place at all. It is, how is it suitable to our topic? It is a place that is made to disobey and to cause problems there. So you should not be doing it there. And our topic is, do not offer a sacrifice in a place in which they offer for other than Allah, right? So that's how it is. So you can read about Masjid al-Dirar, Masjid of harm that was intended to cause chaos, to cause division, to bring the split up between the believers. الثانية أن المعصية قد تؤثر في الأرض وكذلك الطاعة. The second benefit is that the disobedience, it may impact, قد تؤثر, it may have an effect, تؤثر, تأثير, في الأرض, has an impact, an effect on the land, وكذلك الطاعة, and likewise the obedience, right? So the place where they offer sacrifices for other than Allah, don't offer a sacrifice in there. طيب? So disobedience has an impact and obedience has an impact. They say if a masjid is older, is praying in it is better because it has a history. Pray more, people prayed more in it, right? More obedience that was performed there, and therefore praying in it is better, and the likes. الثالثة, number 3, رد المسألة المشكلة إلى المسألة البينة, to refer the issue that is somewhat problematic, you don't understand it very well, you take it and you refer it back to, you look at it in light of the clear issue, ليزول الإشكال, so that if there is anything ambiguous about it, then it will be removed, right? It will be removed. Rasulullah ﷺ was asking about that place. Is there in it this? Is there in it that? So there isn't. Okay, that's fine. الرابعة number 4 استفصال المفتي إذا احتاج إلى ذلك. That the mufti, the one who gives a religious verdict, he will ask for details, استفصال, if he needed that. Like Rasulullah ﷺ asked details about that place. Were there any sacrifices offered for other than Allah in there? Was there a celebration? Is it a place of festivity for the mushrikeen? They said no, then it's okay. الخامسة number 5 أن تخصيص البقعة بالنذر لا بأس به. That specifying a spot, بقعة, spot, place, with a vow, by a vow, there is no harm in that. إذا خلا من الموانع, if that specification is free from anything that will prevent from performing the vow there. So he vowed in a specific place called what? Buwana. So he specified the place. Rasulullah ﷺ allowed it, but then he made sure that nothing prevents that. Nothing will hinder, no obstacles. And from those obstacles is offering sacrifices for other than Allah or celebrations in that place. السادسة number 6 المنع منه إذا كان فيه وثن من أوثان الجاهلية ولو بعد زواله. Prohibiting the vow, if in a specific place, if there was in it, in that place, wathanun, an idol of the idols of the ignorant pre-Islamic era, walau ba'da zawalihi, even after removing it, even after that idol is vanished, is no more there, but there used to be before, right? Because Rasulullah sallallahu they removed all the idols. He sent different companions and they demolished and they destroyed all the idols that are worshipped besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But then since it was there before, still it wasn't allowed even after the removal of that idol. السابعة number 7 المنع منه إذا كان فيه عيد من أعيادهم ولو بعد زواله. Same meaning. Prohibition of the vow in a specific place if there was in that place a celebration of their celebrations, ولو بعد زواله, even if after that celebration is no more there, is removed, is not done anymore, but because it was there before, then it's not allowed. الثامنة number 8 أنه لا يجوز الوفاء بما نذر في تلك البقعة لأنه نذر معصية. Number 8, that it is not allowed to fulfill that which he vowed in that specific spot because it is a vow of disobedience. A vow of disobedience is not allowed to be fulfilled. Number 9, الحذر من مشابهة المشركين في أعيادهم. To be cautious against resembling, mushabaha, mimicking the mushrikeen, the polytheists, in their celebrations. He said, وَلَوْ لَمْ يَقْصِدْهُ, even if he did not intend it. So intention or no intention, the fact that you resemble them prohibits it, whether you intended or not. The difference is if you intended to look like them and to resemble them, there is more sin involved, right? There is more sin involved. The intention plus the imitation. But the fact that there is an imitation of the kuffar in their celebration, that by itself is prohibited. Number 10, العاشرة لا نذر في معصية. No vow in disobedience. No vow in disobedience. 11 number 11 لا نذر لابن آدم فيما لا يملك. The son of Adam does not have a vow. He cannot vow that which he does not own. He cannot vow that which he does not own. طيب. So يعني those were explained يعني last time. We don't need to go through that again, or should I ask? Huh? Or should I ask? Huh? So a vow of disobedience, what do? You just don't do it, and you يعني instead you do the kafara for that. What is the kafara? What's the expiation of the vow? It is like the kafara of the yameen, right? The oath, when you break an oath, right? And also you do not have a vow, you do not own this vow when you vow something that you do not own, right? I vow to donate the shoes or the right, the house or the car or of somebody else, right? It's not within your means. What is the kafara of the yameen? Huh? Kafaratu 3 days fast. Feeding 10 people. More. Clothing 10 people. And freeing a slave. Who gives me the order of that? طيب تفضل. Feeding 10 poor people or clothing them. The one you mentioned. أو تحرير رقبة, or freeing a slave. فمن لم يجد. So the one who cannot do any of the three, the first three, the one who cannot do them, then fast 3 days. Right? Many brothers and sisters, they say, I have maybe 3 months to fast, because 3 days, every time they make an oath and they break it. 3 days. Well, the good news is it is actually not the 3 days. You have to feed the 10 needy people first, or you clothe them, or you free a slave. Those first 3 with an or, either or. You feed, or you clothe, or you free the slave. If you cannot do this, then the 3 days. Right? So many of them don't have to fast those 3 days. They need to do the feeding, right? That's the easiest now. Feeding is far much easier than the clothing, and the freeing of the slave now is impossible. It's not there anymore. So either feed or clothe, and you cannot do that, then you fast 3 days. You don't have the money to feed the needy people, then you move on to if you cannot feed them, you cannot clothe them. And definitely, because the food is cheaper than the clothing, right? So you cannot feed them, then you will move to the fasting of 3 days, right? And Allah said, وَاحْفَظُوا أَيْمَانَكُمْ, and guard your oaths. Guard your oaths. And you do not just wallahi every time you are in something, and worst of all, those who are using talaq, and then they look for a solution, right? They look for a solution. طيب, we'll stop here inshallah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. جزاكم الله خيرا, and we'll see you tomorrow inshallah ta'ala for طريق الهجرتين after Maghrib inshallah.
Sheikh, we're doing Sirah tomorrow?
Yeah, inshallah. The regular thing يعني. وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.